great game on the menu tonight, folks, between the Wake Forest Demon Deacons and the Duke Blue Devils. What's the starting five look like, you might ask? Well, whether it's a big game or a small game, your starting five has got to be ready to go, Dick.
I'm really excited about the matchup at the power forward position. When they play well, their respective teams usually play well. Let's see what happens tonight.
We've got two very good small forwards here tonight that'll be matched up against one another. Number 23 makes it clear who's the leader out there.
The player who'll be guarding tonight is also a great floor general, Brad. This should be a classic matchup.
Well, partner, I say let's get to the action on the court, and we'll see how this one plays out. We're set for the tip-off. And we begin with a tip-off of the first half. Looking to move it around the perimeter. And up. Off the mark. Turns it over. Both teams looking to get things going here. Now they work it around the perimeter. Bucket up and in. Hill handles the feed, tries for two, the lay-in. Here comes a pick.
Hey, ball screens are such an important part of the game these days. Guys are so creative when it comes to using that ball screen.
Childress handles the pass. Whistled for three beats.
They got to have better awareness.
I've seen you out there with pom-poms, Mr. Vitale, but not looking that good.
I'll tell you what, don't look that good. I can't dance like that, baby.
They'll work it around the arc. With the catch. Nice execution on the spin.
I'll tell you, great spin move to the basket.
The power forward with the ball.
Good athletic move. Very athletic. He's got great athleticism.
Hill receives the pass. Cross court. On the shot clock. Kicks it out. He looks for the bomb. Questionable shot selection there.
Yeah, that's horrible, Mr. Nessler. Horrible shot selection.
A little two-man action. Kicks it out. Goes up for two. Up and in. inside.
They've got a shooter spotting up on the three-point line.
Hurley handles the feed.
Trying to get that ball movement, get that good spacing.
He launches the bomb. Can't get it to go. Childress handles the feed. He blocks the shot. Hill receives the ball. They work the perimeter. The chanting continues.
Who says there's no such thing as a home court advantage?
Everybody into the act right now, and you can tell by the cheerleaders on the sideline how things are going.
Isn't that what makes college so special? The enthusiasm of the cheerleaders, the mascot, everybody involved.
Nice to have you along with us tonight. Dick Vitale and Aaron Andrews alongside. I'm Brad Nessler. We got a good one going. Kicks it out. He tries the three. Not a great decision there to shoot the ball.
That shot was definitely ill-advised.
Looking for a good shot. He up fakes. Blocked. Nice job defensively. The ball goes out of play. On the inbounds play. For the bucket. And he missed. They're working around the perimeter. The skip pass is picked off. Kicks it out. And he goes with a spin.
I tell you, field the defensive player on your hip, going one way, you spin back the other way. Pushing that basketball.
Davis receives the pass.
Dumping inside.
With the jumper. It'd be nice if he could get some assistance out there. That young man is doing it all for his team right now.
Right now, it's a one-man show. The other players need to step up.
Number 30 takes the feed.
There it is, Jam City.
Let's check in with Aaron Andrews and what she's got in store for us. Aaron?
The Demon Deacons' focus coming into this game was to slow down the tempo. At present, the coaching staff is very happy with how they've been able to uphold this style of play. The coach has been praising them for their patience offensively and tough defense to this point. Guys?
That's, of course, Aaron Andrews, our correspondent on the sideline. The shot won't fall. Isolated on the outside. They're working around the arc, looking for the open jumper.
Hey, dodge one there, Brian.
Tries for two. The lay-in. There's a lazy pass. It's stolen away. Turnover. Will it turn into two the other way? Number 25 sees his first action of the day.
Man, I love to watch this kid play, Brad. He's the type of player who knows how to really lift the team.
All right, let's check in third member of our team again. Here's Aaron Andrews.
Brad, before the game, both coaches and players said they were looking forward to tonight's matchup. Whose weaknesses will be exposed and who will really step up, guys?
EA, of course, our third member, getting that additional insight and dealings from the sideline. Looking for a good shot. Boy, terrible execution on offense. Work the perimeter.
Spacing's so important. Get 15 to 17 feet apart.
Picks up the foul. Oh, and he's not going to be happy with that call.
Well, it's a silly foul right there, but look at his face. His facial expression tells it all.
Inbounds play on the baseline. Number 25 receives the ball. They'd like to get it inside to the low block. Unable to so far. Nice job of packing it in defensively.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job packing it in, and a great job of anticipating that lateral pass.
They call 3 ticks.
Got busted waiting for a screen.
He takes the shot from the baseline. Steps to the line for an easy one. First one, good. Gets the second shot. They might have him in some trouble here, Dick.
He's trapped, Brad.
Escapes the trouble and makes a pass out. Jackson may have escaped one there. He bombs from outside. He can't get the bucket to fall. Up and in. Well, let's take a look here at the tempos for both these teams tonight.
Well, it looks like both of them are going to be battling to see who can control the tempo and put pressure on the opponent.
He goes to the line for the first time. Gets his first. He missed it. He cleans the glass. Moving it around the perimeter. He beats him to the punch defensively.
What a terrific job. Footwork really excellent on a post play.
Dick, he's in a serious rhythm.
Hey, that's because he's getting the ball in rhythm, Brad. Very important.
Inside. He was looking for the call, and he got it on himself. Offensive foul.
Definitely an offensive foul, no doubt about it. He beats him to the spot.
They work it around the perimeter. They go inside and now back outside.
I tell you, inside-outside action always works.
He tries to beat the clock. Hill picks up the defensive foul. Third team foul. Number 44 subs back in.
Hey, that little breather may just have been what the doctor ordered. Is that how they say it, that saying, Brad?
This is the team's first trip to the free throw line. He gets it to go. He can't buy one with the board.
Fill the lanes. That's the only way they'll be able to get some fast break opportunities.
Well, now that everyone knows what to do, it's time to get back on the courts.
Indeed, Mr. Nessler. The coach has everyone up to speed on where they need to be and what they need to do. But it'll be up to the players on the court to get the job done.
We're about ready to start things up again. Both teams are looking to get something going here. And a momentary look from three-point land. Turnaround jumper. He puts in another score.
He can see the light, Brad, and it's hanging right over the goal.
Side.
What a great steal. Defensive player was really right on top of that basketball.
Top of the circle, they work it around the perimeter. The lane. May have escaped one there. Childress handles the pass. And now there's a whistle and a foul. And he's going to pick up the foul, and oh, look at the look on his face.
I'll tell you what, he's disgusted, but so is his coach.
They're set to inbounds from the baseline. The shooting guard with the ball. That spin move not successful, Dick.
I tell you, great job on the defense, not allowing him to make that turn.
Number 30 to the charity line. Got it from the free throw line. And he doesn't miss that opportunity either. Traps in place, Dick.
He almost found himself in some trouble there, Brad. Handled the trap really well there, Brad.
Eludes the trap there. He shoots from the top of the circle. Jumper won't go. There's the tempo for the game thus far.
We've seen a combination of both short and long possessions here, Brad. Nothing wrong with that if that's your team's ideal style of play.
Working it around the perimeter. Gets the feed down low. Now the turnaround jumper. He grabs the board. Hurley handles the feed. Goes up for two. Number 44 with the foul. First personal foul. Steps to the line for the freebie. Makes it. They have found their stroke at the stripe tonight, Dick.
This has always been an excellent free throw shooting bunch.
Both free throws go. They're nailing the free ones tonight, Mr. Vitale.
Hey, this is where you win and lose games, Brad.
may be in some trouble here. Passes it out of the trap, pushes it up. For two. Up and in. All right, let's check in third member of our team again. Here's Erin Andrews.
The Demon Deacons coaching staff is starting to make it quite clear that they want the pace of this game to stay where it's at. He recently commended his players for playing at a slow tempo, which suits their team well. They claim to be successful when they play in this manner, so expect for it to continue.
Thanks, EA, our third member of our team, providing that additional insight.
High post screen. So effective, that screen. I'll tell you, he missed the post guy. The post guy had the great angle, was locking on the box.
Turnaround jumper. He hits a bullseye again.
Hey, he's feeling it from everywhere, baby.
They look to get it to the inside for the blocks it. Pushes it up. Now the turnaround jumper. He gets the rebound. Hill receives the ball. Escapes the trouble and makes a pass out. Executes the baby hook. He takes the board. Pushes it up. Gets the feed down low. Now the turnaround jumper. He grabs the rebound. Hill receives the pass. Trying to feed inside. Tries for two. And off the mark. The Demon Deacons will typically slow things down offensively, won't they, Dick?
Playing a half-court game at the offensive end is what they do well. Being efficient and taking care of the basketball is what they take pride in.
He puts up the J. Missed the jumper. Davis receives the pass. Goes up for two. The lay-in. There's such a variety of team styles these days, Dick. What are some of the qualities for a half-court team?
I'll tell you one thing, Brad. They'll never settle for a shot they do not want to take. They will work the ball around the perimeter and work inside and then out before attempting any shots.
Down inside. He goes with a baby hook.
I'll tell you, great shot. I don't understand why it's not utilized more often. It's so impossible to block that shot.
He intercepts it.
Up and inside.
He shoots from long range. He doesn't get the hoop. The Blue Devils will play up-tempo at one end and in the half-court at the other end. Would you agree, Dick?
They try to really get balance in that they'll get some points with tempo by creating a little fast pace and then slow it down and executing their half-court set, getting high percentage shots. He wants it.
He's asking for it on the low block, and they don't get it to him. There's the block. The ball goes out of bounds. Picked out of the air. Hard foul. Ball's coming from the sideline. On the dribble, gives it up. They go with the entry pass on the post. Turnaround jumper.
Nothing but nylon. Nice smooth turnaround jumper. The only negative, he's falling away. If he misses, he's got no rebound in the building.
He attempts the trifecta. They're absolutely owning the boards tonight, Dick.
And if you own the boards, you own the game.
Jackson receives the pass. From the baseline, they'll bring it out on top. With a bucket, foul called.
I think it's important to get to the free throw line, Brad. It demonstrates that you're playing aggressively and that you're not settling for the jumper.
He gets it to go. No problem so far at the free throw line tonight, Dick.
Well, they're making the most of the free ones.
At the end of the first half, the Blue Devils are down by 12. This one's too close to call here at the end of the first. Dick, do you have a highlight of the half?
Check out some of the inside play we witnessed in the first half. We saw some great baskets down low, which really opened up the outside range for both teams.
And now let's get ready for the start of the second half. Duke is building a new court with all the bricks they're tossing out there tonight, Dick.
Brick City, USA, baby, without question. Their shooting was absolutely atrocious, to put it mildly. They're going to have to do some serious regrouping in the locker room.
Dick, we're heading into the second half, and our player matchup, it's going about the way we thought it would.
Well, they're really doing a great job. Both guys getting good shots, really making them count, and really their teammates are getting them the ball at the right time.
Count that as a personal foul. That one puts the personal in personal. Picks up the foul.
I tell you, poor play defensively. Look at the facial expression.
Number 30 takes the feed. Here comes the ball screen. Tries for two. Up and in.
Number 30, 4-2.
Hill handles the feed.
Look at that spacing.
Turnaround jumper. Hill is really turning some heads right now. He's on fire.
They need to keep feeding him the ball. It's simple.
Cross court. Jumper. The Demon Dinker Falcons have found a player who cannot seem to miss, Dick.
Brady's on fire. Excellent spacing. That's so important to a good offensive set. It's even more important to have talented guards like they have.
Yeah, that helps. Definitely a foul. Dick, how's that backcourt comparison shaping up, you think?
Hey, Brad, that's a question that these coaches should be asking themselves. How can they, as coaches, get the most out of their guards? Are they quick enough to pressure the opponent, or offensively, can they create off the dribble? To me, it's about finding the weaknesses and attacking them.
Banks receives the pass. On the elbow, they feed down to the low block. 10 on the shot clock. Duncan handles the pass. Goes up for two. Can't get the shot to drop. Hill receives the ball on the outside. Good defensive stance there against the spin move.
Well, the key is to beat him to the spot, and he did a great job. He anticipated that spin move.
Dick, they really need to get something going in a hurry here.
Yeah, call a timeout and get your boys into the game, Brad.
Looking to move it around the perimeter. For two, number 44 is charged with the foul. Second personal foul. He'll visit the charity stripe. He sinks it. They're making good use of their free throw opportunities tonight.
Good free throw shooting teams seem to always give themselves a chance to win.
And he got them both. They're seeing them all fall from the line tonight.
That's a crucial plus down the stretch, Brad. Escape the trap.
Now they work it around the perimeter. With the fadeaway, he misses the fadeaway. Hurley handles the pass. They'll work it around the arc. There's a slam.
Great execution. That's offensive efficiency at its best. Spacing.
Ten seconds showing on the shot clock. Banks handles the feed. A high screen. Tries to turn. The defense comes up with a play.
A lot of terrific play to stop that spin move.
Oh, and he's not going to be happy with that call.
Well, it's silly foul right there, but look at his face. His facial expression tells it all.
And again, they'll inbound on the baseline. Let's check in with Erin Andrews and what she's got in store for us, Erin.
Well, Brad and Dick, I don't know if you can hear it from where you are, but I can hear it clearly. The coach is stressing to his team, go inside, go inside. They've been effective in this area all night long. What an asset to have.
And I think she's right about that, Richie.
I'll tell you one thing, she's essentially right. Down in the post is where you create a lot of offensive action.
They work the perimeter. Takes the jumper and come up short. Looking for a good shot. He missed on the steal. That's going to be the offense's gain.
Yes, sir. They got the advantage right. Terrific block shot, though. He's a dominator blocking shots on the interior.
They work it around the perimeter. Picks off the pass. The shooting guard handles the feed. Ten seconds showing on the shot clock. Way off target. Trying to pack it inside. Puts up the tray. Sinks the shot. Gave it up. Ten seconds to put up a shot. They still don't score. The Demon Deacons like to play that half-court style of play. Wouldn't you agree with that, Vic?
Brad, half-court teams will try to out-execute their opponent. They're extremely patient and try to always utilize the clock.
For the bucket, got to control yourself.
Wait for it.
Coaches love it when their team gets to the free throw line. It's an opportunity to put points on the board and potentially get the opponent in foul trouble. Makes those free throws count. Let's go back on that campus as BMOC. Big man on campus, baby.
Davis handles the feed.
Great composure to pass it despite the trap, Brad.
Tries for two. The lane. Who will win the battle of tempos here tonight? That's what we want to know right now, Dick.
Well, Brad, controlling the tempo can be very difficult, especially for the entire game. But if you stick with your strengths and make changes when needed, winning becomes a lot easier. Oh, he's got hops like you, man. He got hops like you.
Yeah, it is pretty similar.
Wow. I didn't realize my partner was a high riser. Dump it inside.
Number 30 is called for the foul. Second team foul. They're set to throw it in from the side. Isolated on the outside. They're working around the arc, looking for the open jumper. Turnaround jumper.
I tell you, what a nice turnaround jump shot. Soft as velvet, fading away, passing it again.
A little two-man action. Top of the circle. He buries it.
Number 25, 4-3.
Parks handles the pass. Now trying to feed the low block. He shoots from downtown. He gets it to go. Looking for a good shot. Pull-up jumper left side. Sticks the deuce.
Number 3, 4-2. Number 25.
Work the perimeter.
Spacing so important, get 15 to 17 feet apart.
10 on the shot clock. Number 10 takes the pass. On the dribble, gives it up. Arm and foul. Let's go courtside. What do you got for us, Aaron?
Brad, both coaching staffs expected this to be an even matchup. Who will throw the first punch, and how will the other react?
Aaron Andrews always close to the action. Duncan receives the ball. And we've got a whistle and a foul. Oh, and he's not going to be happy with that call.
Well, it's a silly foul right there, but look at his face. His facial expression tells it all.
Trying to feed the low block. Turnaround jumper. He gets the board. The center gets the pass. Goes up for two. Perfectly executed. Check out this highlight, courtesy of our friends at Pontiac. Banks handles the pass. He goes for three. I'm not sure that's who you want shooting the three.
Hey, Brad, their shot selection has been questionable. Too many outside troopers. They've got to attack inside and then out.
Balanced teams, Dick. What are some of the things that they'll try to accomplish when they step out on the court?
You know, balanced teams will definitely give you a combination of the two styles. Some teams will play up-tempo on offense and be half-court oriented at the defensive end. Other balanced teams may play in the half-court offensively and really look to pressure their opponents in the full court.
Now the turnaround jumper. He takes the rebound. For two. Up and in.
Duncan, 4-2.
We take a look here at each team's tempo, Dick.
Hey, the key to this game is not just who will set the tempo, but who can control it throughout the game.
Gave it up for the bucket. The lay-in. The shooting guard receives the ball. The Blue Devils are looking at an uphill battle now, Dick. One thing they should consider doing is increasing the tempo.
Since time and score is not in their favor, they're going to have to change their style. They need points, and they need them fast. I anticipate some sort of adjustment, Brad.
The Demon Deacons have the lead now, and the clock is winding down. So this might be a good time for them to really focus on executing in the half court.
At this point, it's simple, Brad. They have the lead, and now it's time to protect the lead and shoot late in the possession.
10 on the shot clock. Burt receives the ball. Turnaround jumper. They can't stop this guy, Dick.
Want to give him a try, Brad?
If only my knees weren't aching. Duncan receives the ball. They force the turnover, Dick.
Great charge.
Oh, and you can see the frustration as he picks up the foul.
Oh, that's a bad foul right there, Brad.
The inbound play will come from the baseline. On the dribble, gives it up. Tries for two. Sweet-looking shot.
He is super. He really is.
The shooting guard with the ball. They'd like to get it inside to the low block. Unable to so far. Nice job of packing it in defensively.
Yeah, really doing a great job packing it in, and a great job of anticipating that lateral pass.
Good defensive stance there against the spin move.
Well, the key is to beat him to the spot, and he did a great job. He anticipated that spin move. Check that basketball with that good defensive rebound. Once you get that board, you've got to be looking up court.
Hurley receives the pass. Moving it around the perimeter.
He may be in trouble here, Brad.
10 seconds to put up a shot. Goes up for 2. He nails the bucket. They work it around the perimeter. For 2. Up and in. Dumps it in. He shoots from the top of the key. Off the mark. Number 3 takes the pass. And a momentary look from three-point land. Ten on the shot clock.
I tell you, what a nice turnaround jump shot. Soft as velvet, fading away, impossible to block.
Cross court. For the bucket. Perfectly executed. On the outside. Turnaround jumper. On the shot clock. The shooting guard handles the pass, working it around the perimeter. Goes up. The Demon Deacons have got to continue to get him the ball.
They need to keep getting him the ball. It's simple. He missed the post guy. The post guy had the great angle, was locking on the box.
They get an open 3. That's not a good shot given his abilities.
I don't think the coach wants him taking that shot. Up and inside.
On the shot clock. Inside. Turnaround jumper. Rebound.
As soon as you get that defensive rebound, you should be looking to push the ball. Look at that spacing.
Tries to turn, and the defense comes up with a play.
What a terrific play to stop that spin move.
Off the mark. Childress receives the ball. Excellent
spacing. That's so important to a good offensive set. It's even more important to have talented guards like they have.
Yeah, that helps. And we get a look here at our foul and timeout situation.
Hey, Brad, many games are lost because coaches fail to manage the clock. Possession here, timeout situation. Let's see how these coaches fare tonight.
He is going to the line. Lots of rim, but not in. Hill handles the pass. Tries for two with a layup. Goolsby receives the pass. On the outside. Ten seconds remaining on the shot clock. He grabs the board. Hurley receives the pass. Can't get it to go. There's a look at the current tempo for the game.
Well, Brad, as the meter indicates, the game has been pretty balanced in terms of tempo. Some short possessions and a few longer ones.
Chance to give an easy one here. Missed it. He cleans the glass. Whistled for the foul. How important is it to get to the free throw line?
Well, you know, those bonus points, Brad, you get those simple points. They add up at the end. Plus, you get people into foul trouble.
Sinks it. They're shooting extremely well from the stripe tonight, Dick.
Yeah, they're making their coaches look good for making them shoot extra free throws every day.
He may be in some trouble here. Escapes the trouble and makes a pass up. And the clock stopped with a foul.
I can't emphasize it enough, Brad. It's important to get to the charity stripe.
Doesn't go. Timeout. We'll take one, too. We'll be back in a moment. The offense sets up from the sideline. A lot of time to go now, Dick, on a 7-point lead.
That's right, Brad. A lot of time. They don't need to start forcing shots.
Looking to move it around the perimeter. Open for a shot. Misses the bomb. Shot clock is dead. Makes the first. Second shot, no good. They want to talk about it right here, Dick.
They got to find a way to chip into this lead before it's too late.
Coming out of the timeout, I'd expect we're going to see more focused play on both sides.
One would assume so.
Hill handles the feed. I think this one's going the other way.
Good call by the refs.
And they continue to foul to stop the clock.
Hey, now it's a matter of clock management, Brad. They have to foul in order to get back in this game.
Opportunity now for an easy one. Gets it. Misses the second. Gave it up. Goes up for two. He hacked it.
Hey, Brad, you want to get to the line early and often. You end up getting your opponents into foul trouble, and it's also an opportunity to get some points.
Foul shot, no good. Number 30 receives the ball. Now they work it around the perimeter. It's all about playing your team style, Dick. Any final thoughts?
It always comes down to execution, Brad. If you don't play your team style, most of the time, you'll find yourself in trouble. It's all about the game plan and the keys which ultimately make your team successful.
All right, there you have it. Definitely some food for thought. Dick, you know, it's always great to look back and see how the marquee matchup is played out.
I'll tell you one thing, Brad, that's great to watch individually. But remember, this is a team game, so it's really how the team responds as a unit.
Duke loses in this very well-matched game.
They had a chance to win this one against a comparable team, but they ended up defeating themselves.
So for Dick Vitale and Aaron Andrews, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long.
All right, that's going to wrap us up for this week. We are out of town in 2 weeks for a bowling tournament in Biloxi, Mississippi. So it'll probably be 3 weeks for the final regular season game for whoever we televise. Three, however you want to say it. And that will lead us into Classic Madness. And we won't have to play games during the week to get to that. So we're going to stream all of those. So that may be, that should be actually every weekend unless we have something going on that we can't do it. But for now, it'll be every weekend. All right, so let's go ahead and record this for 62. And actually, I thought maybe Duke would fall out of the top 32 with that loss, but they did not. All right, let me go ahead and close this. That's interesting. Yeah, we're having some computer issues, it seems, some overheating, so we lost a lot of frames during that game for some reason. I'm assuming it's got something to do with the overheating. We're going to try to rectify that after stream. I just got through building my wife a new rig, and it seems to be better than mine, even though I went back to AMD with it. Mine is Intel, and her current one is Intel. But hers seems to be quicker than the one I had. I forgot. Mine had it 2 years now. And I only put a 6600 XT in hers. I have a 38. Anyway, so I might look for just some upgrades instead of building me a new rig. But we'll see. I would like to go back to AMD, to be honest. But we'll separate when we get there. I digress. All right, so there's the games for game 30 for everyone. Chips and scores. We're going to take a look at that as well here. So if you guys want to catch that on YouTube and pause it and take a little bit deeper dive into it, you want to do so. We'll be over there shortly, I hope. I didn't actually put the ones that I did 2 weeks ago into the playlist until this morning, so that's been right. Thought about it, I guess. All right, so we'll do that, and then we'll go over and look at the matchups for Game 31 for everyone to end the season with. And we'll do that format also, in case you want to check that out. That. We'll go over to rankings. And that's what those look like. We also have this version. We're going to look at it that way. Got a little bit of a log in of 15 and 15 there. It's starting to look like the top three there are going to be, unless they run into any of the top 5, maybe 7, something like that. But they might be able to easily come into the final 4 or whatever. But we'll see how it goes when we get there. We'll close that, and then we'll go over to what the tournament will say, which is probably the most similar to what it will be that we have been so far. So there's that version and this version. And to reiterate, they will automatically match up the highest and lowest, second highest and second lowest, so on and so forth in the rounds. It's coded on the page behind it to do that. So this will just read off of that page. Kevin, if you're still out there, hey, welcome in. I'm glad you stopped by. Really appreciate it because I haven't this week. I've been under the weather since Wednesday, but the work has been kind of hectic as well. So I did not take any days off with this crud that I've got, fortunately. I did get off early Friday. They usually do that for us when there's a holiday weekend. So, my OBS says that we dropped 3,103 frames, which is only 1.2% of the frames that we broadcasted, but still. And now my CPU usage is down to about 4% since we closed the emulator. But I still feel like if it's only 15% usage, it shouldn't be that hot in my system. So I don't know what's going on. Now it's nice and cool. Cooler. It's not. Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool with the air coming out. But anyway, I think there's a problem with my AIO, and I'm gonna swap it out after the stream. I have a Dark Rock 5 quiet to be my CPU cooler and take the AIO out. I think I'm gonna leave the fans in. Let me take the ring in. I might investigate it, see if maybe it's clogged or maybe the water's evaporated enough that I need to put it. It's just not convenient to do. I feel like they're more of a pain in the ass than they are helpful. I guess if you had like a closed loop within your system and it had like a tank in the front, that you just pop the front off and you could fill it up there, that would be a little more convenient. But mine's mounted inside the case, so I think I have to take the side and the front off, take it out, and then I can put more liquid in it. Here, filling it on my. I just don't think they're worth it at this point. It's the only one I've ever had, and I don't like it. So I will probably swap that out later today and go with the air cooler. See how we get that. All right, so that's going to wrap us up for today. We're going to be gone in 2 weeks, so it'll probably be 3 weeks before we get this final regular season game in for everybody. I will be working towards doing those. Like what I do normally is in the background while I play these games out on the court. I don't have a fast forward button, so it takes quite a while to do. I do about 3 a day. I can do. That's normally how I do it. And so far, we're going to continue that trend. I don't know if we're going to have a second season of this. It's going to depend on how we end up in the finals. Because if it's just the normal ones that ran away with the top 3 seeds or 4 seeds or whatever, then I don't see any point doing it. The game is set up okay for regular teams, but when you get into these classic teams, it's like anybody that runs a lot of the traps, full court traps, they just dominate everybody. They force tons of turnovers. And until I find some settings that can offset that a little bit to where they can actually lose, I don't know if it will work doing another season because I think it'll be just the same 4 teams up at the top. We'll see if I can find those settings to make it a little bit better. Then we might do that. I am working on a NCAA basketball 10 NCAA tournament, but I'm going to do it with the BPI rankings instead of the RPI or the national rankings. But I don't know how far out that might be. Got some football rosters and stuff. I'm still working on Madden 25. I have all the ratings in for all of the teams, but I have to go back and do the likenesses of the players. And at the same time, I've come up with a different way of rating each all-time team. So I'm working on doing all the teams for that, get those different ratings updated. I don't know if I probably won't use it on Madden 25. I'm wanting to use it on Madden 12 because you can go into preseason with a 75-man roster. And that's kind of how I'm creating them. And I'm doing so many players per position, so they kind of compete in the ratings workbook to be in a spot to make that 75-man roster, in which case they get to try to make the 53, 54, whatever it is, man roster to actually play the regular season. So they kind of have 2 tests there to get into the game, one to get into the game and one to get into the regular season roster. So I find that kind of interesting to see that play out. And I kind of want to see if the CPUs cut players based on the stats from the preseason or if they just cut based on whatever their overall is, that kind of thing. But that's a little ways down the road. We're still creating the workbooks for the teams and getting the ratings done for each team as we go. And I think we're on the Lions. So we're a little over halfway getting those done. And that's kind of taken away from me doing the likenesses in 25. Although to be fair, I don't really know if I like the gameplay enough in 25 to finish it, which is unfortunate because I did a lot of work. But every time I go in and start doing likenesses, I do 5 or 10 maybe, and then I'm like, and I think about the gameplay, and I just don't know if it's worth it. I hear it's going to be kind of aligned more with college football coming up. And if that's the case, then I might like the gameplay a little bit better. We'll see how that goes. I also played a test game last night with, I think I'm through the Colts on, or to the Colts on Madden 23. I started it over there. And even back then I did, excuse me, still fight this bug. And even when I did it back then, I don't like the gameplay that much on that either. But as far as stats goes and how the game played out score-wise, it seemed a little bit more realistic than even 25. I like some of the animations better in 25, but the gameplay's got awful. It just seems like they keep gearing it every year more and more towards the offense, and like defense doesn't play a part on the field. And it boggles my mind. I don't want to see like another NFL 2K5 where every pass is picked off. I don't want to see that. The defenders are like nowhere near some of these receivers. That's just not how that's not how the NFL plays. Anyway, oh, I forgot to. There you can see that bottom. Anyway, I digress. That's going to wrap us up for today. I appreciate you guys checking it out. It'll be up on YouTube later if you want to check it out further, as well as the previous game. And we will catch you hopefully in 3 weeks with the final regular season game for everyone. Again, 2 weeks we'll be out of town in Biloxi, Mississippi for a bowling tournament and some gambling and food. I think some buffets in there somewhere. See. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.